simple present. We're just making that statement. During his stay in hospital, Mr. Gold, okay, while performing daily activities, we know when, so he was supervised. When? During his stay. Mrs. Springer uses her own front wheel walker. That's a statement about Mrs. Springer. Miss Carmody has been assessed as medically stable. We don't say when the assessment happened, just the fact that she has been assessed and now she's medically stable, which is important. There's a relation with the present, but she will need, in the future. Mr. Khan was admitted on the 14th of January. Definitely clear there, we're saying when. Right, so we know when, we use the simple past. I still find people getting that wrong. It's easy to distinguish when we have when during his day on a certain day, whenever we use the simple. Now, let's move on. We've got the writing test. Okay. And just get that. Well, it's just getting very hot. I've got the heater on for my cat. She's not happy. Anyway, exactly. I'm steaming up in here. Anyway, read and analyze the task before you do anything else. That's right at the bottom. Think about then the case notes. Also, it makes the letter clear, easy to read and understand, and everything is in it. What action do I want the reader to take? What does the reader need to know in order to take that action or to perform what we want? And does that reader already know the patient or not? Okay, so we've got those 4 questions plus the bonus question, what type of letter is this? Okay, now, a minute. I've got the chat box open. Come on, clock. Q. Oh, yes, it started. Of case notes here. Wow. Yeah, it's a long treatment record. So there's a lot to filter out. What's going on with this patient? Why are we writing to this endocrinologist? Here is our treatment. Refer to the endocrinologist for assessment and management plan. Organize personal blood glucose meter. And we've got a preliminary diagnosis. That's interesting. All right, so it's all about the diabetes that this patient has, Mr. Hollister. All righty, guys. So take your time. I've got the chat box open. Thanks, Oslim. Okay. Now, Gus and team, what is relevant information that Mr. Grantley Cross needs to know? Likes takeaway sweet, savoury snacks and consumes 30 units of alcohol per week. And remember, if you're going to talk about alcohol consumption, you need to say how much alcohol is drunk. Not that he's a heavy drinker or an alcoholic. Never put those things. How much does he drink? All right. Now, the story starts really in September there. He came to see you. He was feeling tired and stressed. And was sent to a physio for an exercise program and treatment. Then, about 2 months later, he came back. The BMI was measured, and he was advised to lose weight, increase exercising. He referred again to a physio, although it had happened before. He wasn't compliant with the exercise program he was given. So, New Year, February, comes back again, feeling tired and run down. His eyes are sore. He sometimes gets dizzy and has that hypertension. We know now he is obese. He's got a 31.3 BMI. He's unfit. He didn't change his lifestyle, his diet, or the exercise. 20 days later, he's tired, his eyes are sore, his visual acuity has decreased. He admits to trying exercise, but it's not suitable, he says. His BMI has risen 33.2. Some tests were done. Alrighty. There's the glucose. It's high. The fasting also high. The cholesterol increased. All these sorts of things. You've got a preliminary diagnosis of type 2 type 2 diabetes, alrighty. And it's your job now to refer to that endocrinologist for assessment and management. And also to get the endocrinologist to organize a personal blood glucose meter for Mr. Collister. Alrighty. Discharge letters. Don't write that for a transfer letter. It's only any good for a referral letter. Okay. Thank you for seeing Mr. Collister, you see, who has presented, with symptoms which are consistent with type 2 diabetes. You see, but we've actually got a comma there. For assessment and management of his condition. Alrighty. Well, okay. I don't think it's needed, but commas are a funny thing in English. Now, we didn't focus on the other details, however, and I don't really like this very much. Mr. Collister is a forklift driver who partakes in mostly sedentary leisure activities. You might say, who has a sedentary lifestyle. Use that verb. It's really important, that collocation, a sedentary lifestyle. Yeah? Active lifestyle, sedentary lifestyle. And drinks an average of 30 units of alcohol per week. All right, we don't use is a heavy drinker, is an alcoholic, excessive, or all those sorts of things. No, how much does he drink? Symptoms which are consistent with type 2 diabetes for assessment and management of his condition. Comma comes and goes. But if you want to put it, certainly won't be an issue. Now, let's go and tell the story. That's what I want to hear first. Since the 26th of 2018, Mr. Collister has steadily gained weight, which is an interesting thing, and now has a BMI of 33.2. Okay, so we've used the present perfect here. Since that day, up to now, he steadily gained weight. He has also complained of tiredness, sore eyes, and dizzy spells, indicating possible orthostatic hypertension. A range of tests were conducted, the results of which indicated high random and fasting glucose, HbA1c, and cholesterol levels. So everything is high, so they've just listed them. Very concise writing. Despite his worsening symptoms, including a recent decline in visual acuity. Nice, complex sentence. Mr. Collister has to date been non-compliant with medical and dietary advice, having also expressed concern his wife has consistently prepared healthier meals for him and the family, which he declined to eat, opting instead for fast food and snacks. Lifestyle disease, we need to say what he puts in his mouth. We've got his lifestyle and drinking. So here we've got the request. They put it sort of in a different way. In addition to Mr. Collis's ongoing management and treatment plan, comma, kindly arrange a personal blood glucose meter and educate him in its use, on its use, in its use, whatever. All right. I mean, I don't think I put it there. I probably put in the other way, like, like assess and manage Mr. Collister's